You know, my dear, at 80 years old, I've learned that the secret to life isn't found in some dusty old book or a bottle of fancy pills. It's hidden in the little things we do every single day, the habits that seem so small at the time, yet they decide whether we're around to see 90, and maybe even beyond. And trust me, I've been paying attention because I'm not done causing trouble yet. Now, don't think I'm saying this from an ivory tower. I've made my share of foolish choices. There was a time in my 50s when I thought healthy living meant skipping dessert twice a year. But now, with a few decades of trial, error, and some science sprinkled in, I've found 7 simple habits that researchers say can help you live long enough to be the wise, wrinkled storyteller at every family gathering. I want to walk you through these, my friend, the way I'd share secrets over a pot of coffee, though in my case, decaf now, because after 4 p.m., caffeine turns me into an insomniac philosopher. And I promise, no boring lecture tone. We'll laugh, maybe get a little sentimental, and hopefully make you think twice about the way you start your mornings. First things first, scientists didn't just pull these habits out of a magician's hat. They've studied thousands of people who've lived into their 90s and beyond, looking at what they ate, how they moved, who they spent time with, and even how they thought. And what they found is both comforting and, honestly, a little shocking. Comforting because you don't need to run marathons or drink kale smoothies every morning to see 90. Shocking because most of these habits are so ordinary. They're hiding in plain sight. Let me tell you about habit number 1. Keep moving, but don't overdo it. You know I'm not exactly sprinting down the street these days, but I walk around my garden, stretch my back every morning, and find excuses to stay on my feet. One scientist in Okinawa told reporters that the people there live so long partly because they never really stop moving. They don't sit for hours staring at a TV screen. They're constantly doing small things, sweeping the porch, cooking, chatting with neighbors while standing. I'll tell you, there's a magic in gentle daily movement. I once thought exercise meant sweating like a hog at the gym. Now, it's just keeping my body in motion enough that my knees don't start acting like rusty hinges. But let's not pretend I'm perfect. Last winter, I decided to keep moving by climbing onto a wobbly kitchen stool to reach a jar of honey. The honey won. I ended up on the floor, staring at the ceiling, thinking, well, that's not what the scientists meant. Lesson learned. Movement is good, but smart movement keeps you alive to brag about it. Habit number 2. Eat like you're fueling a classic car. You don't pour cheap oil into a vintage engine, right? Well, your body is the same. The long-living folks in the studies didn't eat like kings. They ate like thoughtful gardeners. Lots of plants, fresh produce, fish here and there, and not too much red meat. My plate these days looks like it came from a rainbow. Carrots, leafy greens, sweet potatoes, beans. And don't worry, dessert isn't banned, it's just a treat, not a food group. I'll admit, my younger self didn't see the point. I used to eat enough fried chicken to make Colonel Sanders blush. But now, I swear I can feel the difference when I eat well. My energy's steadier, my mind's clearer, and I don't need to loosen my belt after every meal. And before you ask, yes, I still enjoy chocolate cake on my birthday. I'm old, not dead. Habit number 3. Don't smoke. You know this one already, but it's worth repeating because the science is brutal. Smokers just don't make it to 90 in the same numbers. I never smoked, though not for lack of temptation. Back in my 20s, all the cool guys were doing it, and one even said, "It makes you look sophisticated." I told him so does wearing a suit, but that doesn't give you lung cancer." He didn't laugh. I did. Now here's where it gets interesting. Scientists say that even if you quit later in life, your body can still recover in incredible ways. Your lungs clean themselves, your risk of heart problems drops, and your skin stops aging so fast. It's like your body forgives you for your sins, as long as you stop committing them. Habit number 5, keep your brain busy. The people who stay sharp past 90 don't just let their minds go on autopilot. They read, learn new things, do puzzles, tell stories, even take up new hobbies in their 80s. Me, I started painting at 76. My first painting looked like a potato wearing sunglasses, but it got better, and every time I sit down to paint, I feel my mind wake up like it's doing push-ups. Scientists say challenging your brain builds new connections, even when you're older. It's like keeping a garden. If you keep planting, something will grow. And if you stop, weeds take over. I'll tell you about the other 2 habits in just a bit, but right now, I want you to think about something. Which of these 5 are you already doing, and which ones could you start tomorrow without feeling overwhelmed? Because the secret isn't doing everything perfectly, it's starting and then keeping at it. Now, before I get carried away again, let me tell you about another sneaky cleaning mistake that almost got the better of me: neglecting personal hygiene after cleaning. Sounds simple, right? But after years of doing all that scrubbing and dusting, I found myself forgetting the basics. Remember when we were younger and washing our hands was just automatic? For me, after a tough cleaning session, I'd sometimes just sit down, take a breath, and not think twice about germs lingering on my hands or under my nails. Big mistake. Those tiny invaders can cause infections, especially as our immune systems slow down with age. So now, after cleaning, I make it a point to wash my hands thoroughly with soap and warm water, and I'm talking the full 20 seconds, singing happy birthday twice if I have to. Speaking of hygiene, don't forget to clean your cleaning tools. Mops, brooms, sponges, they get dirty too. I used to stash my mop in the corner, wet and forgotten. That was like inviting mildew and bacteria to set up shop. Now I rinse my mop well after every use, hang it to dry, and replace spongers regularly. It's a small habit that keeps my home truly clean, not just shifting dirt around. Here's a tip that might surprise you. Pay attention to the water you use for cleaning. Hard water, full of minerals, can reduce the effectiveness of soaps and leave residue behind that attracts more dirt and germs. If your water's hard, try using filtered water for delicate cleaning tasks. It's one of those little things that makes a big difference over time. Now, I've talked a lot about what not to do, but let's look at some positive habits that have helped me stay healthier while keeping my home clean. First, using natural air purifiers. I started placing plants like spider plants and peace lilies around the house. Not only do they add a nice touch of green, but they also help filter toxins from the air. Plus, they give me something to talk to, though I'm not sure if they talk back. Second, scheduling regular breaks during cleaning. I learned that my body isn't what it used to be. When I was younger, I could scrub the floors for hours without a break. Now, if I don't pace myself, my back and knees remind me quickly. So I set a timer, work for 20 minutes, then sit down and sip some water, or chat with my wife. It keeps me going longer and makes cleaning less of a chore. Third, organizing cleaning supplies for easy access. No more hunting for that one special rag or the bottle of vinegar buried in the back of the cabinet. I keep everything in a small caddy that I carry from room to room. It saves time and reduces frustration. Trust me, when you're older, every minute counts. Oh, and I have to mention gloves again. If you haven't tried wearing gloves during cleaning, give it a shot. They protect your skin, help avoid allergies, and make handling chemicals safer. And if you have sensitive skin, look for gloves made of cotton or hypoallergenic materials. By the way, friend, if any of this sounds like it could help you or someone you care about, do me a favor. Like the video, leave a comment with your cleaning tips or questions, and subscribe. It helps me keep sharing these stories that might just save someone's health. Let's talk about cleaning schedules. Some folks swear by cleaning everything once a week, others every day. For me, after some trial and error, I found a rhythm that works. Daily light cleaning, wiping counters, quick vacuum, keeps the dirt from piling up. Then, once a week, a deeper clean tackles bathrooms, floors, and those dusty corners. And every few months, I get the carpets professionally cleaned. This routine keeps the workload manageable and my health intact. It's all about consistency and listening to your body. One mistake I used to make was rushing through cleaning tasks to get them done fast. I thought speed was a badge of honor, but moving too fast means missing spots and, more importantly, risking falls or injuries. Remember, after 65, our balance and reflexes aren't what they used to be. Taking your time, using proper tools, and making sure you have good lighting can prevent accidents. Speaking of accidents, I can't stress enough the importance of keeping cleaning products out of reach of grandchildren or pets. My neighbor once told me a story about his curious grandson who tried to taste a cleaning spray because it smelled fruity. Yikes! So always store chemicals in locked cabinets or high shelves. Now, here's something that took me a while to get used to: asking for help. Pride made me stubborn about handling everything on my own, but I realized that accepting help is a sign of wisdom, not weakness. Family, friends, or professional cleaners, having an extra pair of hands is a blessing. It means you can rest more and reduce stress, which is just as important as keeping the house clean. Oh, and I have to mention technology. There are so many gadgets nowadays that make cleaning easier. I got myself a robotic vacuum cleaner, and I swear it's like having a pet that actually cleans up after itself. It doesn't replace a thorough cleaning, but it helps keep the floor tidy between my efforts. Little things like that save energy and time. Now, I want to share a little secret. It's okay if your home isn't perfect. After all, a lived-in home has warmth and character. Dust and dirt aren't enemies. They're part of life. The goal is to keep things at a healthy level so we can breathe easy and live comfortably. So, friend, take heart. Cleaning after 65 doesn't have to be a dreaded chore or a health hazard. With the right habits, a bit of patience, and a sprinkle of humor in the middle of it all, it can be a part of your daily routine that supports your well-being. Before I let you go, remember to keep those windows open when you can, use gentle cleaners, dust with damp cloths, and never underestimate the power of a good laugh in the middle of it all. Thanks for sticking with me. If you haven't yet, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me keep sharing stories and tips that matter to us all. All right, I'm off to put my feet up and maybe start planning my next cleaning adventure. Or perhaps just nap through it. Either way, stay well, breathe easy, and keep that home of yours healthy and happy.